Tyler. Tyler Smith was an all-pro guard this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was an all-pro guard.
Mm-hmm.
And he also plays tackle just as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Tyler Smith, I think Tyler's your guy, man. You bump Tyler Smith out to left tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you Tyler Bass came in and balled last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, came in and straight balled.
Yeah.
So you still go BPA on the line. You still have Steele over on the other side. You have Zach Martin over here, and hopefully you re-sign your center, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you re-sign your center, your line is still intact pretty much, and you don't have the money and cap issues that you would have to worry about with Tyron Smith. So I totally understand it at this point, G. I mean, I totally understand going ahead and getting him off. He was a really great player for the Cowboys, really great. I mean, but one thing that with Tyron, you could just count and you could just count it and book it, and you knew without a shadow of a doubt that he was going to be hurt at least 3 games every year. You know what I mean?
Bro, I got a little different spin on it, bro. I got a little different. I mean, I agree with some of your points, but I got a little different spin on it, man.
Yeah.
I think that from what I'm hearing about, outside and I can't, like you said, about Cowboy Nation and all whatever else, my pulse ain't on it. But I'm around a lot of people outside of you whose pulse is on Cowboy Nation. The deal is this, bro. This is a prove it to me year for a lot of Cowboy players. And Tyron Smith had his prove it to me year last year. And the deal is you hit the nail on the head. He stayed hurt. So by him staying hurt, it costs all kind of money to keep him over there at that tackle. So we got to move to where it's younger and it's cheaper. And if the guys in the locker room don't like it, and if the management don't like it, it is what it is. So that's why I'm thinking that the Cowboys, this is prove it to me year. And they trying to get their bread up. So they're going to invest money in different positions outside of the traditional guys that's already been getting paid. The dudes including Dak Prescott. Because Jerry came out publicly and said, I ain't giving Dak no money.
Well,
we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
I'm just going to tell you, and we'll talk about that later, but Dak, you're going to have to pay Dak. If you think that any of the quarterbacks in this draft outside of the first 2 or 3 is the answer, you're wrong. You got the answer. We've already paid Trey Lance, and I think he's the answer on the bench, and we'll just let Trey continue to develop. But that gets his money. If he gets his money the way that I predict that he will, it opens it up for us to use this extra cap room that Sean and I are going to talk about a little bit later to be able to, go out here and pick a winner. You know what I mean? Because there's winners to be picked. But hey, you guys, G, take us into a commercial for FFSN, man.
Hey, man, thank you guys for listening and walking with us on YouTube and all the listening channels through you get your podcast. We are now officially on Fans First Sports Network. So the know-it-all is going to take a 10-second break, pay a little bills, couple with our partners, and we'll be back in 10 if you're watching this live on YouTube, as you can catch the know-it-alls on Fans First Sports Network.
And we're back, man. And of course, we're trying to get into this. We talking draft. What up, Jay Steve? What's popping, man? How you doing? Timothy Lyons said, same as Cincy, our right tackle is a revolving door. And that's not really a good thing when you start talking about your right tackle, especially you got Joe Burr that you're trying to protect, and he'll be ready in May. Tim Lyons said, I just want to, let's talk about the big thing. Let's talk about the big thing, and let's get on it. 4-2-1 official record in the 40 yesterday, ran by Xavier Worthy. A 4-2-1.
Yeah.
How big is this, G? Talk to me, man. How big is this 4-2-1?
It's the record. It's the record at the combine. the fastest time officially clocked. I mean, there's been rumors about Dion running this and Bo running that and Herschel Walker running this and all whatever else. But it's official, the fastest time ever in combine. But I don't look at it as that big of a deal. Mm. The reason why I don't is this, and I'm not downplaying it or hating on the Longhorns or whatever else. The reason I'm saying it ain't that big of a deal, do you realize that you had 11 receivers that all ran sub 4.4? Right? Do you realize that there was 14 cornerbacks that all ran sub 4.4? So you had 25 other guys that ran 4.39 and down. This is one of the fastest drafts I have ever seen in my whole life.
Yes.
So you almost expected the record to get cracked because of how many dudes ran that fast. Heck, listen, I saw 3 offensive linemen run it today, over 330 pounds, all run sub 4.9s.
Well, G,
I saw it.
G, look at this, man. This is official. That's official. Yeah. Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy. I think the biggest number for Worthy, man, and this is the biggest thing. And me and G said this before. You can't fall too in love with the combine. You know what I'm saying? You can't fall too much in love with it because it is the underwear Olympics. But there's some stock that you can put in. Yeah. There's some stock that you can put in it for real. But I want y'all to pay attention to what I just showed up on the screen. You got to pay attention. There's the reason for this. Rome, who was the leading receiver that we're talking about, was 4.45. He had a 39-inch vertical and a 10'4" standing broad jump.
At 6'3", 218 pounds. At 6'3", 218 pounds.
So what I'm trying to tell you at this point, when we're looking at Rome, when we're looking at Xavier had a 41-inch vertical and 11-inch standing broad.
Right, but he's 174 pounds.
He's just 170-something pounds. That's fine. But you know, Zay Flowers for Baltimore played at 165 all year. Y'all do know that. So
no. He played about 178, 179.
No, he went to Twitter. He went to X yesterday and was saying, "Hey, y'all do know that I played at 165 this year, and his 170 is nothing." And I mean, you look at it, he's built like Smith. But I'm not even going for Worthy. What I'm saying is the things that you could trust. And I said it. We said it when we were talking about this previously, G. We said it. The things that you can trust is explosion. You can look at that and say, oh, man, these receivers got explosion. Yeah. The other drill is the gauntlet. Whoever stays on the gauntlet stays on that line.
You know who's number one on the gauntlet, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. He had a bad 40 time, but he hugged that gauntlet like it was nobody's business.
Well, me and you got a different dude, but I want to see who you got.
That was your boy from Florida State, Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman had an excellent gauntlet. Who were you?
Rome Aduze had the best.
Rome had a good one, but Keon Coleman was on the line straight up. The only other person that was better than him was your guy McCaffrey's brother. But again, I'm gonna talk about him some more too. Jay Steve say I think the fastest O lineman was Orlando Pace at 4.6 in the 40. That's ridiculous.
Something like that. Back in the day.
He said Timothy Lyons said the combine gives you a chance to view these upcoming rookies, how they move, their quickness, hands, and etc. Yep.
Big facts.
He said never put your chips in the basket on the combine. I agree. He said I use the combine to figure out who I want us to watch tape on. And I like it. After
I done been in that. Listen, I as soon as it went off today, I was back in the all 22 film. Hey. But that's something we're gonna talk about up the road. But I'm telling you, there is so much talent, and I guess this is a good segue to get to it. There is so much talent in this year's NFL draft. I'm telling you right now, this is the most talented draft you will see for the next 10 years. There's at least 55 guys, in my opinion, that has a first-round draft grade.
Listen,
at least 55 guys.
This is a weird time in life because I'm almost there with G. Like, I can tell you for a fact that there's at least 40 first-round grades. 40. There should be at least 40 first-round grades. This is what we call a dynasty draft.
It is.
A dynasty will be built.
It is.
Through this draft. It will be. Well, number one, they gave you 20 million extra dollars in your salary cap. So you can hold on to players and you can sign players, and you pop these new rookies in there, and they're good because a lot of these guys are really, really good. You don't have to reach. Like G made a point, you won't have to reach for an offensive tackle or an offensive guard. Whoever you get at your position, you're going to get a solid player. You're going to get a real solid player.
Any GM that reaches in this year's draft is going to be fired next year. You will know off of this year's draft, if a GM reaches for a player, he's going to get canned. I promise you. He's going to, because there's no reason to reach this year. There's no reason. You set your draft board according to what your needs are and what your position needs are and who you feel is best between the combine and the tape, and you stick with your board. If you reach, you're I'm telling you, y'all be like, man, last year they called it last year and said that a whole bunch of GMs was going to get canned. The ones that get canned is the one who reaches. Yeah. Anybody that reaches, you out of there, dog. You out of there. Don't reach. Do not reach in this year's draft because there's too much talent.
Hey, it's like it's too much talent. You reach, I teach. So the biggest winners here in this year's draft, I'm gonna talk about them. Xavier Worthy. I think Xavier Worthy running the 4.21. I don't think he would have been a day one pick. Now it's kind of trending. He may make it to day one, but I do know that he's a first. He's one of the first that's going to be gone on day two in the second round. And I mean, definitely running a 4.21 and having an 11-inch standing broad jump and a 41-inch vertical shows you this kid has explosion. If you put on his film and you start watching his film, the film matches. The film matches what you see inside of his explosion and his explosiveness. And to me, that's a good thing. Another player that I'm going to mention that went to Texas, who really helped himself with Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell, he's a freak. 4.34 in the 40, 39-inch vertical, 11.4 in the standing broad at 6'2", 205. That's a receiver who won't get by a lot of teams. I feel like he helped himself. Sean, do you have anything to give on that before we jump to the next guy?
He's a top 5 receiver. Adonai Mitchell go top 5. My top 3 is not. My top 4 is not changed. Yeah. My top four is Marv, Rome Aduze, the Neighbors, the kid from LSU, and the other kid from LSU, Thomas. That's my top 4. But I think Adonai Mitchell now joins and goes number 5.
Yeah, and he was another one that ran an exceptional 40 time. We put that up there earlier. He was in the 4.3, so that's crazy. But another kid who I feel helped himself is Wilson. Wilson really helped himself, with the injuries. Peyton Wilson, he does have an injury history. He suffered multiple knee and shoulder injuries.
From 3 years ago, though. That's what people that's got all them concerns, that's from 3 years ago. Last 2 years, he's been down there killing.
Yeah, so you look at Wilson, you look at Peyton Wilson, he recorded a 4.4340 at 233 pounds. That's ridiculous. Yeah. He had a 34-inch vertical, and his shuttle was 1.54, and his 10-yard split was the same. Arguably the best linebacker in this class, bro. What do you think about this guy?
He's numero uno on inside linebacker positions for the 2024 NFL draft. He jumped over Cooper. He jumped over Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He jumped over Gray. He's numero uno. He is Campbell from the Detroit Lions. He's the same. Matter of fact, he's actually faster.
Good
He's
comp.
a bigger, faster version of Jack Campbell.
Good comp.
So if your team needs an inside linebacker, you better not slip up. You better go get him because the kid's a great player. He's an outstanding player.
That is a great comp, G. I love that comp, man. I mean, really, he stood out to me. If you go watch his tape, see, this is what we're saying. He had a great combine, but his tape is better. The guy's a thumper. He feels the hole, and he will get in, and he will knock the slobber out your mouth.
He's a perfect 3-4. He's a perfect 3-4 inside linebacker. And if you guys listen, for all y'all that don't have Patreon or don't have the ability to watch all 22 film, if you're a football fan, it is worth the investment because you can really see what people do right and what they do wrong on film against competition. So, I go back and I watch the Clemson game. I watch the Florida State game. I watch games where this dude's got to show up. Bro, he was out there killing them. He was out there killing them.
He loses his mind in pads, man. The boy's out there playing with no regard to himself. I like it. Here's another person that really helped himself in Fisk. Really helped himself in the
He's a
combine.
big boy. He's a big boy.
Yeah, man.
He's a big boy. I think he's 200. I think they said he weighed in at 292, but he ran like some ridiculous 4.65 40-yard dash. He had an outstanding bench press. His short shuttle was off the hook. But when you go put the film on, Mod, he's a beast.
Yeah.
When you go put the film on, the film match what you saw.
Here's the thing with Braden Fisk, he had a great Senior Bowl. That was the first thing. His vertical was 33.5.
Yep.
Standing broad jump of 9 feet 9 inches.
Almost 10. Yep.
He ran 4.78 in the 40.
Yep.
Right. And his RAS score the RAS score is a 10. The highest you can get is a 10.
Yeah.
His was 9.97.
Yeah. I think he was number 3 overall RAS score. That's total, all players, all positions. He was like number 3.
Timothy Lyon said he's 6'3", 292.
That's facts.
That's ridiculous. He said he played great against Notre Dame. Definitely. When you start seeing that, man, I like it. Tate said the Steelers are going after Rome. Hey, man, I'm gonna say something.
That's a big rumor.
Everybody better be looking at this wide receiver class real good because and we ain't even talked about them that deep, but they better be looking at them real good.
I mean, it's been already reported that the Steelers are going to be aggressive about going. So this is the deal. The deal is the Steelers are going to. What's been reported is they're going to be aggressive to go after Rome Duzier, and they're going to trade for Justin Fields. So now they're going to trade Deontay Johnson. They're going to trade Deontay Johnson, and they're going to run 12 personnel with George Pickens and Rome Duzier, Mount Washington, and Freiermuth.
What would you do
with Najee and Jalen Warren and Justin Fields?
If I had that lineup, oh my God,
yeah, it's just too much.
God.
Hey, but bro, I got 2 winners that I want to. 2, maybe 3 winners that I just want to point out real quick before we switch subjects. Number 1, J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy had a great combine.
We gonna get to it. I'm not gonna. We got before we get to the end of the segment. We're definitely gonna get to it. The next winner, Byron Murphy.
Oh, bro, I was pounding the table this week on the Homies podcast and on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. I was telling everybody that that's the next Arnold, and I ain't even no Texas fan, but that's the next Arnold. He's a beast.
Yeah, man. 4.87 in the 40, a 33-inch vertical, a 9-foot 3-inch standing broad jump. Right. He finished in the 90th percentile on his RAS score. The thing that's crazy is I think he just went to the number 1 defensive tackle. If you see him, he's built like the Hulk. He's just built like the Hulk, man. It's Hulk smash. His hands are really good. His feet are really good. He looked fluid running. He wasn't some big guy just out here moving. this guy is really nice.
And the tape match, bro. The tape match more than anything. The tape, go put the tape on. He played better than Sweat. And when you actually watch the tape.
Yeah, he did. He said, Tate said, pump your brakes, Big G. At this time, I'm telling them to hit the gas. Because this is something you need to believe in.
I already know.
You need to believe in monsters. This guy is going to be one of the next great defensive tackles. He's not built like your contemporary defensive tackles. He's sleek. He's a Maserati. He ain't Maserati Mall, but he's sleek. He's a car. He's built, and he got great hands. That's the thing about defensive tackles you need to understand. Defensive tackles with great hands and explosive power, that's what that standing broad jump and the vertical shows you.
Absolutely.
They get up the field fast. And the fact that he runs a 4.8, a 4.7, 4.8, what you going to do?
The deal with him, with Murphy, will be this. It depends on what system he goes to. I think he's a top 15. I think he's a top 15 player picked off the board. I think he's top 15, but it depends on what he goes to. So, like, if a certain team, so I'll give you an example. Would a team like the Detroit Lions be willing to trade up to get him? You see what I'm saying? Pairing him would a team like the San Francisco 49ers say, look, you know what? Let's go get him. You see what I'm saying? So when you got that's what I'm talking about. This guy is worthy, because like I said, when you set your draft board, there's going to be some. When the Philadelphia Eagles say, "Hey, look, bro, we're going to go get him," so there's certain teams that if you put him on that defensive line, would the Cleveland Browns jump in there to get him?
Man.
I'm just saying. There's certain teams.
If he gets to either one of those teams, it's a wrap. See, this is why we're calling it a dynasty draft, you guys, because certain teams get to get this type of talent. They'll have access to this type of talent, and because it's there, and readily available, man, if they get these players they're ready to go. They are ready to go. Now, I'll say this: nobody is another player until they prove it. So they got to prove it, right?
Facts.
So the fact that we're saying he's another Aaron Donald, the fact that we're saying we're giving him that comp, right? But nobody knows if he's gonna be that type of person. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say it with my chest. He is a Hulk. He is a Hulk of a man.
Listen, most of the time I be calling straight bias on mine, and I'm telling you right now, I have watched entirely too much film. And I'm telling you, I keep going back and I'm sitting because as I'm sitting here, I got a computer screen right here. I got another computer screen right here. I got a phone right here. And I'm sitting here clicking, rewinding, clicking. And I'm watching and I'm like, wait a minute. And see, and the deal is this. When you put it on and you see what he did against Bama, then you see what he did in the college football playoff. And then you go back to his film from the year before. And you see what he did. Bro, this dude, listen, he's way better than Sweat. I'm telling you, he's way better than Sweat.
Well, so let's talk about that real quick. Because when we start we're talking about Sweat, right? He came in, they expected him. There was rumors at the Senior Bowl that he was going to be weighing a 380.
He was what, 366?
No, they said that he weighed 380 plus. And everybody was like,
"Oh, I'm talking about at the combine." At the combine,
they were saying there's no way he's going to weigh what Texas had him listed at is 365. Well, he came in and he weighed 366.
Yeah.
But he only had a 23, 28 inch vertical, right? He didn't do well in the standing broad jump.
Nope.
But he's 6'4", 366.
You ain't gonna move him.
Yeah, he was winded in the drills, right? But this is what me and G are saying. This is the thing where you could say, hey man, put on the tape.
Yeah.
Put on the tape. He's ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So honestly, when we start to think about that, those were big winners.
I got a couple more, but go ahead.
Yeah. So another big winner. Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
Another big winner, like I said, was J.J. McCarthy. Absolutely killed the draft. Absolutely will be. You heard it here first. He's a top 10 draft pick. I'll bet anybody that wants to bet anything that J.J. McCarthy is a top 10 pick, and he's not a reach. J.J. McCarthy is really that good of a football player.
I'm going to say, man, he had some pop in the arm, man. He had some pop in the arm that I really love, man. I was impressed, dog. I was impressed.
Another dude.
Another
Michael Penix Jr.
Okay. So while you're
Michael Penix Jr.
Michael Penix Jr. looked good. But I mean, that's another dude that's gonna suffer from his injury report. But he hadn't been injured, right? He hadn't been injured the last 2 years. He played, he's fine. You know, to me, I think you gotta take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? You have to take that with a grain of salt.
Michael Penix, man, is probably when it's all said and done, between Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix will be the most accurate quarterback in this year's draft. Accuracy with spin, accuracy with spin. Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Another one that I think, and G is gonna take the microphone from me in a minute once I say this name. Right. Ricky Pearsall from Florida. He came
Big
in.
Dog. What I've been saying it for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I've been saying it for 3 weeks.
He had a 4.41 40, 10.8 standing broad jump. Just remarkable. And
Ricky Pearsall should be the 6th receiver off the board. He's really Ricky Pearsall is better than Puka Nacua. He's better than him.
You think he's right after Adnan? You think he should be off?
Right after it should go Adnan Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall. The only guy that might even fight them is Leggett. But when you put Leggett's tape on, Leggett ain't looking all like that.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He was talking about Xavier Leggett, and I'm going to talk about Joe Milton in a minute because I talked about Joe Milton to G. Remember I told you about Joe Milton yesterday?
But his tape is trash.
Yeah, his tape is not that good, but he looked good. That's a huge arm. He got a cannon for an arm. And I'm going to tell you something. Leggett's a big boy, man. Leggett is put together. He put together, and I think when Timothy Lyons said it, that's what I was looking for. He said he's built like
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. And I'm gonna tell you, he's a big guy, and he's also a fast guy. He was really fast. He had a fast 40, so he's a fast twitch guy. The only thing that is a downfall, it is kind of what you said, man. In big games, I don't remember hearing his name. I don't remember hearing
his tape is trash.
Him go, and lose his mind in big games. I don't remember hearing.
I mean, and let me preface this. What I mean by trash is his tape doesn't line up with the top 6 wide receivers that's in this draft. When you hit 7 and down, yeah, 8 and down might be a steal for you in the second round, mid-second. But to say he's a first rounder, no way. No way.
And Big G, I'm going to tell you something. And Tate, while you're in the comments, you can come and jump on in. We waiting on you anyway. I'm going to tell you something. There's at least 4 of these wide receivers that you mentioned. Mm-hmm. At least 4 of them are elite.
Yeah.
And I can't say that. I don't throw that elite word around. I don't throw that elite word around it at all.
Neighbors, Marv, and Duzier, Thomas. Yeah, I'll say them 4. Yep. At least them 4 are elite. They're elite.
And look, I can't. And if one, here's what I'll say about this too, G. Mm-hmm. A couple of them could be elite if they land in the right place.
Well, as we're talking about big sleepers and all whatever else, and this circles our conversation all the way around. You don't have to reach to get a guy this year.
Yeah.
Right? And there are going to be some guys that they're positional fits, but there's going to be some guys that they're organizational fits. And so, there'll be a guy like Leggett, if you put him with the 49ers, right? Where because there's talks that their main young wide receiver, he talking about he don't even want to sign.
Hey,
Brandon Ayuk. So if you put Leggett with the 49ers and they already got Debo, you see what I'm saying? So there'll be guys like that. That's why Ricky Pearsall with the Cincinnati Bengals in the second round, it's going to get stupid. It's going to get stupid. You see what I'm saying? So because his tape shows it. Go back and even though Florida was trash, go back and watch him against LSU. Go back and watch him against Bama. Go back and watch him against Georgia. Go back and watch him against Missouri. Go back and watch him against Florida State. He out there killing people.
While you're tripping, Georgia's wide receiver, I forget his last name. He's a catch in the second or the third round.
He'll be a third or fourth. You'll be able to get a dude like that in the third or fourth.
McCaffrey is a catch in the third or fourth round. It's a catch.
Jerry Rice's son is a catch.
A catch in the third or fourth round.
You get Jerry Rice's son in the third or fourth round.
I mean, that's when I say you got dogs in this draft. You really do.
You ain't got to wait. You ain't got to reach.
You don't have to reach. There are dogs. And I listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Man, when you're talking third person about yourself. But anyway, I'm going to tell you like this, Timothy Lyons. When you said what you said, that man, they can lightweight trade your boy because of this type of talent that they have. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. You might have been on point, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's so much wide receiver talent here. This wide receiver talent is the record for wide receivers in the first round is 7, and that could get broke.
It's wide receiver, cornerback, and offensive lineman. Wide receiver, cornerback, offensive lineman. If you need an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, or cornerback, do not reach. Do not reach. Period. If you reach, you're in trouble.
Yeah. You don't have to, because players are going to fall in your lap. I mean, you're going to have – listen, Joe Milton, we talked about him earlier. He's going to go in the fourth, right? He'll probably go in the third or the fourth. But you're getting a quarterback of the future. This guy got a cannon for an arm. A cannon. Leary. You're going to get Leary in the second, third round. He got a good arm from Kentucky.
A kid that I've been on for weeks, Mims, offensive tackle, University of Georgia. Mims ran a 5.03 40-yard dash today and weighed 346 pounds.
That's just ridiculous.
At 6'6", almost 6'7", had the second longest wingspan and the third biggest hands. And when they put him in the drills, his feet was electric.
Man.
And he's Joe Alt had a better performance. You know that. The kid from Penn State pulled up. So I'm just saying, there's dudes. J.C. Latham was off the chain today. There's so many dudes, man. It's like, dude.
And you know what's crazy? I didn't even mention Chop Robinson.
Oh, my God.
Chop had excellent combine, and his tape is even better. So you've got guys. You got guys in this, man. But I think the loser, I got 2 losers. Give me 2 losers before we wrap up this segment. My 2 losers in this segment, Keon Coleman. I think Keon had a bad combine.
Yeah, it's kind of slow.
But he's 6'3", 213, right? He had a 38-inch vertical, which was impressive, and a 10.7. There's nothing to be ashamed of that 10.7 standing broad jump. Yeah. But that 4.6 140 was slow, bro.
Yeah.
That 4.61 ain't gonna cut it in the league. But I think that's just a film. I think he's gonna be faster at Pro Day. I think he'll be faster at his Pro Day. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that. But he's my first big loser. My second big loser, bro, Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
Troy Franklin did not look. I had Troy in my top 10 wide receivers. And he fell out of that. You know what I'm saying? He fell out of that. I did not like his performance at the combine. But when it comes down to it, bro, like if you look at Troy Franklin, he still got enough film to where I think, just like with Keon Coleman, their film is going to outdo what they did at the combine. Who you got for your 2 losers?
Number 1 was offensive tackle out of Oklahoma. I think his last name was Guyton. He ran slow. He looked out of shape. he looked like, comparative to when you start putting the other guys up against him, even the kid from Holy Cross that plays offensive tackle looked way better than him today. So I think Guyton now probably moves to that 7th or 8th tackle, which is still serviceable.
You think Tyler hurt himself? Tyler's an Austin kid. I know. I happen to know Tyler Guyton's parents.
Yeah, Guyton looked bad.
Yeah,
he looked bad. And my other one, believe it or not, and he didn't necessarily perform, but it was based on what everybody else did around him, was Kool-Aid McKinstry. I thought Kool-Aid had a lot of juice coming into the combine, but the way that some of those other defensive backs looked, including his own teammate Arnold's number one. If I would go Quinyon Mitchell, and Arnold 1A and 1B at corner. Kool-Aid was supposed to have been that guy.
Quinyon's the guy from Clemson that ran the 4.28, right?
No, Quinyon is the kid from Toledo.
Okay, who ran the 4.28?
Wiggins, the cornerback. So Wiggins is probably third. I would go Kool-Aid. I would go Quinyon Mitchell 1. I would go Arnold 2, and then I would probably go Wiggins 3 out of Clemson. So Kool-Aid hurt himself, man, by not. Now maybe he can get back, from pro day, but as of right now, them was my two losers: the Oklahoma kid and Kool-Aid.
Okay. All right, man. We are gonna go ahead and cut it for this segment. Definitely be back with another segment. G, take us out.
Thanks again for listening to part 1 of the KnoitAllZ podcast on 3/3 of 2024. For all your listening podcasts out there, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or watching us live on YouTube, Twitch, and or Twitter, make sure you follow the KnoitAllZ podcast on Fans First Sports Network. We'll be right back with part 2 of the KnoitAllZ segue on Sunday, 3/3 of 2024.
And we are back. We are back for that second segment, man. And I'm going to tell you, I'm super excited about the draft. The draft will happen on April the 25th, if I'm thinking right.
Absolutely.
So we're about, we're going to get here quicker than you think. The draft will be here quicker than you think. And I mean, like G and I said, there's at least 40 that's going to have a first round grade, at least 40. And G says 55, but I say at least 40 that'll have a first round grade and will be impactful. I think it'll be, there'll be people who will be impactful inside of this draft as well, man.
Next week when we come on live on the KnoitAllZ, I'm gonna have my big board set. And I'll have graphics that we'll be able to show for to the fellas or anybody, any of the podcasts that I do. Well, they'll be able to have it electronically, but I'm going to have it on my wall behind me too, my big board. So everything will be set. I'll tell you where the guys are slotted position-wise and all whatever else, because I've done the work and the homework to be able to, pretty much. I think I'm pretty close. I ain't saying I'm Mel Kiper, but I'm pretty close. Pretty close for sure.
Yeah,
hey, but Bob, we only got 10 days to the start of the league year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the league year kick off in 10 days.
Yeah,
so the 13th is, the 15th is the official day, but the 13th they can start negotiating.
And I'm gonna tell you, I think a lot of people are really waiting to see what other teams do. You know what I'm saying? I think people are waiting to see what other teams do, and for that, definitely, I think you're gonna see a lot of shuffling around once the league kind of gets to moving and grooving and shaking. You know what I mean? So the thing we want to talk about next, man, is, old goat milk, LeBron. I think, I got to give him his due, man. 40,000 points. bro. I don't think.
Well, look at them two pictures, man. Look at them two pictures. How he looks like a baby to the right. For all y'all that's watching this on YouTube or listening to audio, he looks like a grown man baby. But then when you look to the left, he looked like a grown man, and his body actually looks better as the older man than it does the younger man. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, he definitely has taken care of himself throughout the years. And 40,000 points is 40,000 points. It's hard to get. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to get. That's super hard to get. I don't, so I can't really sit here and say that LeBron James, I don't have anything bad to say about Bronny. Everybody always think that I'm a LeBron hater. I'm not. I just
you be closet hating. You closet hating.
I just believe that Michael Jordan is the best thing that we've ever seen in life as far as basketball is ever concerned. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is that guy. But
bro,
I don't want to take anything.
This. You can't deny it. You can't deny
I don't want to take anything away from LeBron James. 40,000 points is 40,000 points, man.
But don't forget the other stats. Put the graphic back up there. 11,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists with 40,000 points. Bro, come on. If you can't come over and see the light on that one, I don't know, bro. I don't know. MJ had 32 in 15 years. Bron got 40,000 in 20. Come on, bro. In 20. He out there killing them. Listen, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you the truth. It says 15 years, but he only really played 13. So if he'd have played 15 whole years, you gotta understand, Money played 83 games at 40 years young. He didn't take no games off. He took none off.
Who are you talking about? Michael Jordan?
He played 83 games at 40 years old.
But Michael Jordan was big trash at 40 years old.
Man, he averaged 24 points a game. How was he trash?
He did not. His last year for the Washington Wizards averaged no 24 points a game.
No, excuse me.
You better stop that.
He averaged 22 points a game. Google it.
But LeBron averaged almost 30. He averaged almost 30 a game at 39.
At 39. After said MJ is my favorite, but probably because he was inspirational when I was playing. There's a lot of sentimentality attached. I'm sorry about that. Oh my gosh, bias. I don't understand how I'm biased when I'm telling you I've seen the greatest, and his name was Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I don't understand.
You might not have, bro. You might not have. Listen, bro. You got to understand. LeBron is almost as good as he is now when he started. He's not. Jordan was big trash at the end of his career, but Bron is almost as. He was big trash. He was big trash at the end of his career.
Sean, let me ask you a question.
He was big trash.
Let me ask you a question. If you're averaging 20 points a game in the NBA,
bro, he was
40
washed and
years
cooked.
young.
He was washed and cooked at the end of LeBron is still a top 5 player in the league right now.
No,
now.
No.
Yes, he is. Okay, stop it. That's bias, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. That's bias. Stop it.
Wait a minute. So you try to tell me that LeBron is better than Jason Tatum right now?
He right with him. Bron right with him. He right with him. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, he right with him. Bron's still that thing, bro.
Come on. Gee.
Bro, listen, anybody that knows basketball will tell you Bron is still that thing. He played with a trash team right now. He played with a trash team. If he had anything outside of always down, LeBron would be out there killing. And he showed you that last year in the playoffs.
Tim, I'm tempted to put him in the Matrix too, man. I am so
Tim can get in the Matrix.
I'm so tempted, Tim, to put this dude in the Matrix.
No, LeBron is still one of the best players in the league. Was big trash when he at the end of his career. Jordan was
big
old trash.
Jordan
was big trash.
How, G?
Jordan was big trash at the end of his career, bro.
I don't understand. How can you call Michael Jeffrey Jordan trash at any play? He could come out and play today.
He was trash. Jordan's last 2 years with the Wizards, they was garbage. He was trash.
They were garbage.
He was trash too.
He was
big
garbage.
Trash. Bro, he was big trash. LeBron is not big trash right now.
How do you average 20 points a game at 40 and be trash?
How does LeBron almost averaged a triple-double at 40 with almost 30 a game. When you try to compare apples to apples, Bron is the dude at 40. What is you talking about? LeBron still almost averaged a triple-double at 40 years old and almost 30 points a game.
You got to go there, Sean. Michael Jordan and trash that never belong in the same sentence.
She said Jordan's last year with the Bulls 28-7. What was his last year with the Washington Wizards?
22.
Trash. Big
22.
trash. Big trash. He was big trash at the end. There's not even no comparison, bro. Bron at 40 and Jordan at 40? Stop it.
No. 22.
Stop it.
22 points a game, bro. 22.
Google it. Bron at 40 and Jordan at 40.
Jordan was 20 even his last year. Let's get it right. I couldn't take the bias no more. I couldn't take not spin facts. I had to come in. I'm doing something. I said, I can't take it no more.
20 points a game in the NBA is trash.
22.
Okay, but 20 points a game in the NBA is trash.
He was big trash.
Is that trash?
He was trash.
That's
he was
not
garbage.
trash. It's not trash.
Yeah,
but did it impact winning?
They was garbage.
I mean, the team
did it impact winning?
The team was bad.
Where did LeBron end last year?
The team was bad.
In the conference finals.
In the conference finals.
What did Bron do the other night to the Clippers?
What does that have
Destroyed them. They was down 21.
What does that have to do with the price of rice in China? I don't understand it.
He's still a top 5 player in the league. We talk about the difference.
He's not a top 5 player in the league. You know that.
Yes, he is, bro.
He's top 10, definitely. But Jordan won top 5 when he was the Wizards at year 20.
No, he
Jordan
wasn't.
Top 30. Jordan wasn't even top 30 his last 2 years. He wasn't even top 30.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? I couldn't take Mod's bias talking about the Texas Longhorns, talking about MJ, talking about I had to just jump in here, man. I couldn't take it no more.
It was big.
My wife said, "Where you going? You got company." She said, "I got to give him." She said, "I said I can't take it no more."
I feel you, dog.
Tate, we good.
Hey,
good
I've been in here rumbling with him, dog. He talking about that bias about LBJ, dog. He pushed me over the edge with that one.
Good to have you here, Tate. Good to have you on the program.
I couldn't take it.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you. He said I can't take y'all no more. Listen. So you can't get around that. I think that is a great achievement. And I don't think to be honest and to give some type of validity to what I'm saying, I don't think anyone will ever catch that 40,000 points in a career ever. That's so far out the way.
Will anybody be in top 5 in all statistical categories? And you didn't bring up my comment when you said MJ was a great. I said, yeah, for 10 years maybe, but we talking about 21. That makes you the greatest. That makes you GOAT.
Big facts.
I don't think that it makes you the GOAT.
You super hyped because Jordan won 6 championships, 6-0.
Yeah, three-peated. He three-peated.
Twice.
That
is an amazing feat for an 18-year period.
That's big.
What have LeBron done, man, his entire career?
Has he three-peated once?
Bron been all the way through since his rookie year or second year.
I'm saying, but has he three-peated twice though?
No, he's never done that. But has Jordan taken 3 different teams to NBA championships?
Well,
never.
Listen, I think
did he even take the Wizards to the championship?
This is
never. They didn't even smell the playoffs.
I'll say this.
Did the Bulls win 55 games when Jordan retired?
It's robbery.
Big G, I'm asking you that.
Oh, big facts.
When Bron left Cleveland won like 16 games.
It was trashed 3 years in a row.
It's robbery. Well, the Bulls also had a coach. But listen, what I'm saying is robbery to compare the two. I'm just saying I appreciate both of them's greatness at this point. I appreciate LeBron more today than I have ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I've always been a fan of LeBron as far as what he does off the court and all of the support that he's given to his communities. You ain't never heard about no scandals or nothing like that.
I ain't talking about that. What can
that.
LeBron do to become number one on the court? Because that's really what he is. And if you say nothing,
let me ask you
that's totally biased.
Let me ask you this, though.
That's because that's the real question. What can LeBron James do to become number one?
No, but is the NBA actually going to revise rules because they're saying that defensively? I mean, this was the NBA's verbiage. They said that they have been helping the offensive player way too much, that they are looking to revise their rules when it's coming up next season. So I think, if you ask me, it's been easier to score in the NBA. It's been easier to do certain things. You weren't playing the type of defenses that you used to play. Now the game evolved, and you have Giannis's in this game. You have the Jokers in this game. You have Joel Embiid's in this game. But if you ask me, all of those, everything is relative to the era in which you play.
I got one thing to say.
But LeBron's played in multi eras. LeBron started when they were still doing. Jordan left in what? 03? 02.
Correct.
LeBron came in 03.
No, 2 years later.
Okay, so still played in some of that era.
Yeah, but they changed basketball and the rules for basketball really for LeBron. They implemented zone defense after LeBron kicked the Pistons. After they found out they couldn't do nothing to stop him, they implemented the zone. Zone defense came into the NBA because of LeBron James. There was no zone in the NBA. There was no zone.
Yeah.
And so you had to be able to play zone to stop. So I mean, they implemented a college rule to stop him, and they still couldn't stop him. You could play zone. Come on, bro.
I want to congratulate. Switching gears, I want to congratulate Caitlin Clark. She declared herself eligible for the WNBA draft.
Yeah.
We had a big conversation about this. I want to appreciate what Caitlin has done. She's been special to girls college basketball. But do you think that we have another really, really good protege coming in the girl from USC? You think that she will be the next Caitlin Clark?
I think Juju will be. But first of all, let me give Caitlin Clark her flowers. Caitlin Clark completely changed women's college basketball forever. Forever. Caitlin Clark had an impact on women's college basketball, just like Steph Curry had an impact on professional basketball. Logo shots, unstoppable on the offensive end, highest point scoring average ever, most points ever. Caitlin Clark completely changed basketball forever for women's college basketball. And there's been some dogs over the last 3, 4, 5 years, but she took it to a whole nother level. But saying all that to say this, there's a young lady out there in USC. Her name's Juju. If you ain't seen her yet, you need to sit down on her. She's averaging almost 30 points a game as a freshman.
Yeah.
She is out there destroying people. Nobody can stop her. So if she stays in college based on trajectory, and if she stays healthy, I think you can see Caitlin Clark's record broken by the time Juju, if Juju stays, by the time Juju's a senior. Juju could crack her record. But women's college basketball, it's actually more exciting to me than men's college basketball. Women's college basketball with South Carolina, LSU, USC, Iowa, Ohio State. There's some dog teams out there, man. And it's very exciting. So I got to give Caitlin Clark all the props in the world. You know, that she changed it, because I thought we had seen the pinnacle with like Tennessee and stuff like that, and UConn. Nah. We're in the golden area of women's college basketball right now. We're right in the middle of it.
I like it. Tate, you got something about this?
Juju Watkins.
Yeah, Juju.
6'2" point guard. 6'2".
Yeah.
That's like Magic Johnson out there for women.
It is for women.
Yep. Facts.
She's a point guard. She went to Sierra Canyon. She's from out there in Cali.
Yeah.
Went to school with Bron.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know
Yeah,
Sierra Canyon, you know that's a good basketball school.
Yeah.
The Sierra Canyons, the Montverdes, the Oak Hills.
Yeah.
All those different high school teams are major programs. So if you go there, you know she's good. I'm not worried about her beating Caitlin Clark's record. It just happened today. Caitlin Clark has been excellent for her whole entire college career. Let's let this young lady's career get going, and we'll see where she's at in a couple of years. Now, I'm not trying to put that kind of pressure on her that she's capable, but just because you're capable don't mean you do it. You know what I mean? Also, so my question to mine is, we talked about the NBA. Basketball is different. Did Caitlin Clark break Pistol Pete's record because of the changes in basketball?
Oh,
I mean,
question.
Yeah. When you look at it, wasn't nobody shooting like, I mean, Chris Johnson. Remember when Chris Johnson at LSU was
Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf?
Yeah, shooting from the cheese seats. I mean, Loyola Marymount. That was when we started seeing, the people that are chunking up threes every time down the floor. And the game is so much different. And Caitlin Clark had threes. You wasn't shooting. Pistol Pete wasn't shooting no threes. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't shooting no threes. And now the all-time leading scorer in college basketball with 3,000 points is down here in Texas, Asmus. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean all-time leading scorer?
All-time leading scorer men's is
She just passed Pistol Pete, who had the record. How he the all-time leading scorer?
Asmus has over 3,000 points.
Pistol Pete was the all-time leading scorer in college basketball. That's who Caitlin Clark just passed.
Okay.
She didn't pass Asmus. She passed Pistol Pete.
I hear what you're saying. You can Google it. Welcome to Google it. That was something that they celebrated this year. I saw. But my point is
what's dude's name?
Asmus. ABS. MAS. So it's crazy. Asmus.
I don't know who the dude is. I never heard of him.
Yeah. So the gist of the matter is that they're shooting in the NBA and college. Like G said, Steph Curry changed the way that basketball is played. Everybody wants to shoot a three or everybody wants to dunk. That's why the mid-range game is different. You know what I'm saying? The mid-range game is different. I see. The mid-range game.
Don't just stand over being wrong. Pistol Pete is at the top of the list. We're going to keep facts on the know-it-alls.
Okay, so do me a favor. Look up Asmus from Texas and see how many points that he has. Thank you, Claude, for the birthday wishes. Appreciate you, brother.
Pistol Pete got 3,667. So if Asmus got 3,000, he ain't even close.
He went into the 3,000 club. So
okay, well that's different than all-time leading scorer.
Okay, he went to the 3,000 club. That's what they celebrated.
Man, that's why I couldn't take it no more. I had to get on here and get some integrity on the show, man.
Okay,
people be getting the wrong stuff.
All right. Okay. So, but my point is on this whole subject. You asked me a question. I'm finna get the answer to the question. The point is that Steph changed the way that basketball is played. They're either gonna shoot a three or they're gonna dunk. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? The mid-range game is gone. People like Pete Maravich and people like, even Abdul Rauf, these guys still shot the mid-range jumper. You don't see that.
I don't know if it's gone. I just think it's been isolated. Because, who's got the best mid-range game in the NBA right now is Devin Booker. Devin Booker shoots probably 70% of his shots at that anywhere between 19 and 21 clip.
I agree with you, Big G. He's up there, but I'd say Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi too. I say Kawhi.
Still Devin got Booker, a mid-range bag.
Kawhi, Devin Booker. Yeah. Shea got a mid-range game. Shea got a mid-range game.
You don't see that. You get money when you shoot mid-range. And you don't see that. But speaking of the NBA, let's go ahead and keep it here. The Celtics are still number one in the East at 48-12. The Cavs are bringing up number two at 39-20. Yep. The Bucks at 40-21, a game back. You got the Knicks here, half a game back. The Knicks at 35-25. The 76ers at 35-25. The Heat at 34-26. The Magic at 34-26. They're 7th. The Pacers at 34-28 at 8. The Bulls at 28-32. And the Hawks bringing up the rear on that 10th spot, 26-34. Real quick question. Did the Nets blow up their team too fast, Big G?
Yeah, well, they didn't really have a team. When they got rid of Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, all of them was washed anyway. The deal was they put too much money in Ben Simmons, too much capital, too much whatever. And that's the guy they stuck with. So they done got rid of all them other guys and they stuck with Ben. So I don't think the Brooklyn Nets will be contenders for a while. So I don't even count them as far as a Big 5 or a Big 6 team. They got pieces, but they got pieces that will serve better on other teams. That's my stance on Brooklyn. I just don't think that they'll ever be a top 5 team ever in the East. They're going to have to start over again.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to push the reset button. In the Western Conference, you have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets at 42-19. I forgot the Timberwolves are 42-18. The Thunder are 41-18. The Clippers are 38-20. The Pelicans are 36-25. The Suns are number 6 and they're 35-25. The Kings at number 7, 34-25. The Mavericks at 34-27. The Warriors, the Dubs, 32-28. The Lakers are bringing up the rear, 33-29. We're getting close, man. We're starting to get on these playoffs. And on the East, Tate, what are we thinking? The Cavs being the 2nd seed, do you like where they are right now? And who would they be playing if the playoffs started today?
They be playing the first winner of the play-in competition, whoever the play-in teams are.
So the play-in teams, we're starting with 10, right?
Yeah, the winner of 10 and 7. Is that right?
Yeah, so that would be the
10 and 7. Yeah, that
would be the Mavericks and the Hawks, and I think the Magic and the Hawks, and I think the Magic will win that. So you think you'd be content playing them?
You got to be content playing them. You got a first round game at home against the number 7 seed, and you know if you win that, you're gonna host the second round at home. You got to be content. Okay. It don't get no better than that.
Okay, all right, unless you're first.
Unless you're first, so that's who Boston would play. The Cavs would play the winner of 8-9.
Okay, so the Cavs play the winner of 8-9. Ooh, so the Bulls are the Pacers.
Ooh. The Pacers can be a little scary. The Bulls don't worry me at all.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Pacers. I think it would be the Pacers that win that series, and so
or against in the first round, but not against the Cavs. Okay.
Not against the Cavs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So Timothy said, if you're not first, you're last. So the Cavs playing the Pacers, I think will be a good series. I still think the Cavs will win it, but man, that's the so how. And here's my thing. I'm going to ask you this too, Tate. The Bucks. What are we feeling? You think the Bucks gonna catch y'all?
They could. I mean, we're only a game up. The Bucks been playing better ball lately. But their defense could fail them. I think Cleveland's defense is sound, and our defense is going to be there in the mix to compete. So,
what's the big difference? What's the big difference with the Cavs this year, man? I mean, them being in 2nd place. Last year they wasn't here. What's the big difference? Shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
Max Strus, George Niang, Sam Merrill was on the G League team last year. The shooting is just ridiculous.
Facts.
I mean, then Donovan Mitchell still hits threes at a 37% clip. Darius Garland fell off a little bit, but he's still a threat behind 3. I mean, they just got all these shooters everywhere spread out. Gives Donovan Mitchell and Garland space on the floor. You got the bigs, Mobley and Allen down there controlling the paint most nights. The defense is ranked 4th in the NBA. So yeah, the defense and the shooting. The defense up, down a little bit. Defense actually 2 last year. But defense has held steady at 4, and plenty of shooting to go with those great guards.
Nice. Hey, G, take us into a commercial, man, for FFSN.
Thanks again for listening to us on Fans First Sports Network, KnoitAllZ podcast. You can catch us every Sunday live on YouTube. You can also check us on any place where you listen to your podcast from here on out. So thanks again for listening to us on FFSN, the KnoitAllZ podcast. For those watching us live on YouTube, we will see you in 10.
And we're back, man. We thank you guys for watching, man. This last segment, we're talking about the Western Conference, man. So same scenario, G. I'll start with you. The Timberwolves will play the winner of the Warriors and the Lakers. How we feeling about that? You feel like that LeBron's going to be able to bring his team and beat the Timberwolves?
Shoot, they'd have to get past Golden State first. And if I'm the Timberwolves, I wouldn't want to play either one of those teams because they're wily old veterans, and I don't know if the Timberwolves are tested. The deal with the Timberwolves is you got Ant-Man, you got Cat. Is Mike Conley going to play point guard? Does Rudy Gobert show up and be playoff Rudy Gobert, which he's been trashed the last few years? So the issue is going to be which one of those guys show up. And when you get in a series and you got to play against Steph or you got to play against Bron, hey, man, anything could go. So that one could be gone quick.
What you think, Tate?
Man, so the Timberwolves lose to both them teams.
Yeah.
To Golden State and the Lakers.
I ain't mad at that.
In their first game series, they lose?
Round one, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Same thing with OKC, man. This team is just more experience, more playoff tests. They've had great regular seasons, both of them. But when they run into a Phoenix or run into a Lakers, run into a Golden State, what Big G say? Adios, muchacho.
Adios, muchachos.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm going to start with you on this one. The Thunder would be playing the winner out of the Mavericks and Kings. How do you like those matchups?
Lose to both of them.
Ooh.
No.
Not because they're not good, just because they're not ready. The Kings got in there last year and beat Golden State and pushed the second round.
Right.
The Mavericks, Luka and Kyrie going to find a way to beat OKC.
Yeah.
So they lose both of them.
Let's bet it.
What got to happen first?
Now let's bet it. I'm willing to bet that one.
I think I'm almost even willing to bet you OKC lose whoever they play in the first round.
Ooh.
You bet it right now?
Ooh.
You want to bet it right now?
G. Call it Big G.
Corner time. OKC will lose their first round series. Got it. Marked and called. Got
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Bet.
So, all right. So, G, the Thunder against the Mavericks or the Kings. Who you got? Who you like in that series?
I just bet Tate Boy fresh. The Thunder. The Thunder nice, man. The Thunder nice.
I actually think the Nuggets will move in that spot. I think the Nuggets actually move to that second spot. Yeah. They'll make a late season push. If not, I mean, you see the Nuggets playing the Clippers. And I think the Nuggets beat that and win in that series.
The Nuggets will mop the Clippers. They will mop them. That's my call. They'll mop them.
No, wait a minute. So it's 3-6 and 4-5. That's right.
3-6,
so it would be the Nuggets playing the Suns. Who you like out of that matchup?
Oh, I picked Phoenix from the beginning of the year, but man, Joker, listen, Shea might not get the MVP, and the only reason why he ain't gonna get it is because Joker gonna get it. Joker out there killing people
in a row.
Yeah, Joker about to get it. Joker about to get the MVP.
Calling it right now. Giannis gonna get the MVP. Keep going.
You think Giannis gonna get it?
Yes, he's been creeping up there for the past 2 months. He just had a 46-16 in 6 games just the other night.
Man, Joker out there killing them, though, man. Joker killing them. Joker don't bring the level of defense Giannis brings. Joker don't got no defense. So when you're talking about MVP, and Giannis going to be in the top 3 or 4 defensive MVP voting, and Joker not, and they both going to be up there in MVP. I'm going Giannis.
Timothy Lyons said Joker's going to win it.
Yeah, and Joker a dog, man. But you know what's making Denver better? Aaron Gordon. Gordon is out there balling, man.
He balling. He is balling. Well, it's that time, man. It's that time where we get to our parting shots, man. We talk about what it is that's near and dear and it's on our heart before we get out of here, man. We're gonna go ahead and go with parting shots. Big G, talk to me, man. What you got?
Parting shots is that I've been saying it for a long time. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Football season never rests. It never dies. It is football season year round. We just had a great combine. I think one of the best combines. Considering the fact that your top guys didn't even perform. There was no Caleb Williams. There was no Marvin Harrison Jr. There was no Neighbors. The top guys didn't even perform, and it was one of the best combines I've ever seen in my life. So we got T-10 to the start of free agency. Spring ball is right here. Guys are conditioning and ready to go. Spring practices is in full effect starting tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, man.
So it's football season, y'all. It's football season. And so I'm hyped on that. Always hyped on that.
Yeah, time to pad up. Definitely time to pad up. Tate, man, talk to me, man. What you got for your parting shots?
Couple things, man. I wanted to say, if you saw the Homies podcast of the night, we talked with, obviously, Pay, Big G, and B Dirt about who could beat Rich Eisen in the 40. B Dirt admits he can't. Big G says he can.
Got him.
What did Rich Eisen run?
6-something.
6. On the podcast, I think he ran 6'4", but I checked it. He ran a 6'2" last year.
I got him.
No, you don't, Big G.
I got it.
You ain't ran a 40 in a lot of years.
So let me ask you a question.
Rich Eisen at least run one every year.
So let me ask you a question. So if this question like right now, like go out there right now, hit track right now with no practice.
That's what Rich Eisen doing, coming out the booth with his suit on and running a 6'2", 240.
Yeah,
but
practicing, bro. He's practicing it.
Yeah.
He's practicing it.
He's practicing.
Yeah, so if I had a month or two to get ready, Rich Eisen is in that. He in that water. He in that water. I can still get a 5.5. He in that water.
Oh my gosh.
He in that water.
Man, y'all not getting no 5.5. But let me finish with my
with a month worth of training, a month or two of training, just dedicated to that. Oh yes, I am. You forgot who my daddy is.
All right.
You forgot who my father is.
Wait, I think
both of my parents were track athletes. Doesn't matter.
I think your parents had you about 50 years ago.
Yeah,
so that's all I'm saying. Now let me finish. This wasn't even about you right there, Mom. It was about Big G.
Yeah,
but
I got to defend my brother, man.
Big G not running no
6'2". He could do it. A month, maybe two.
Tonight's thing to watch, we talking about basketball. In a half hour, the Cleveland Cavs play the New York Knicks. I'm excited to watch that game tonight.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. I'm excited to watch it. So, because they beat us 4-1 last year. The series is tied 1-1 this year. So, to get wrapped up for the playoffs, the Cavs need to go ahead and just get a victory out there tonight against the Knicks just to get their mind right. Last thing, I owe a huge apology to all the know-it-all chat generals and know-it-all viewers and know-it-all subscribers, everybody here. I owe y'all apology because I apologize for leaving y'all here with Mod and Big G unchecked. I had to come. Like I said, I couldn't take it. All the Jordan GOAT talk, all the extra stuff about the Texas Longhorns and the Combine review and all that stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry I left y'all unchecked. All this stuff about Ambush or Ambud being the #1 all-time leading scorer. I'm sorry. I will not leave y'all unchecked anymore because I value each and every one of you, and I just wanted to give you that apology. I'm done.
Hey, Mod, before you switch up and get your final thoughts, man, I forgot to tell everybody. For all of our people that's watching us on Steel Curtain Network, that watch us over on Steel Curtain Network, I'll be on with Betts tonight, man, on the Q&A, man, at 8:30. So make sure you swing on over to Betts and check me out on the Q&A. Me and Betts got a lot to talk about with draft. He just sent me the script, man, and there's a lot of stuff going on over there. So for all those Steelers that watch us over there, Afton and all everybody else, Claude, check me out over there on Betts on the Steel Curtain Network this evening at 8:30.
Thanks, Claude, for accepting my apology, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, check this out. Go ahead, Tate.
No. I was just saying I didn't see you get put in the Matrix tonight, Claude.
No, he came in later. Here's the deal. and G was the only person that got put in the Matrix today. G got put in it. I want to say
why I don't know, but I'll keep going.
I want to say this. I love track and field. My little brother coaches track and field. You know, he's a really good coach. Shout out to Rod Simpson Jr. Really, really, really good coach. Man, athletes are just getting faster, bro. Like man. We're looking at it right now. Texas Relays is about to happen in about a week. You've had three of the they ain't ran 39s yet, but you've had three of the fastest time in high school put up. And I mean, these times are competitive with college teams. They're running 40 points. You know what I'm saying? And 40 points in the sprint relays, 10-2 splits, 10-3 splits. They getting out here, man. And then, you know, a youngster from he wasn't from Duncanville. He was from, I think it was from Katy, ran a 10-2 yesterday, on Friday. He ran a 10-2, and it's crazy. I mean, these athletes out here are going bonkers. And the fact that you are seeing these kind of times ran in high school, I think you're probably finna start seeing a lot of faster times put up in the pros. And you know, you're hearing, I'm hearing a lot of different stuff, man. You know, from the grapevine that these boys are running 10-1s in practice, but they're only getting 10-2s in the meets, which is cool with me. I mean, 10-2 is fast. Then also, I want to send a big shout out to Stony Point men's basketball, boys basketball, and Stony Point High School, Round Rock. First Syntex team to make it to the drum in I think about 10 years. Well, it's not the drum anymore, but it's state championship. They doing their thing. It's crazy. They won on Saturday. They blew those guys out, but they won by a buzzer beater on Friday night on my birthday. They won by a buzzer beater, and definitely they're the third-ranked team in the nation. One of the best teams in high school basketball. I would love to see them play Cooper. What's Cooper's last name? From Mount Verde. I
don't know. You lost me.
Me and Tate were talking about him. Cooper, man, I'll figure it out. But I would love for them to play Mount Verde and see that happen. You know, the other powerhouses definitely across the state. But I'm really, really happy. Big shout out to Stony Point. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Will Baker. Big shout out to KJ Adams. These guys are out here playing well for LSU and for Kansas. And they're, you know, friends of the program. I'm excited to see what these guys are going to do in March Madness tournament. This March Madness tournament is about to be geeked. It's the most parity that you've seen in years in college basketball. So I'm excited. Cooper Flag. There it is. So I'm excited to see what March Madness is going to look like. Me and Tate are going to get into it real good. I don't know about G. G will probably watch a couple of games, but I'm excited for March Madness, man. And then also, last but not least, I just want to say, man, look, friends, you know, first and foremost, you have bad company corrupts good character or corrupts good morals. And having good friends and good people around you, people who are positive, who are not negative, people who will uplift you, people who will speak into you, should be the norm. You should never, ever, ever, believe me, you should never be around somebody who's verbally abusive, who takes their time and uses their energy to downplay what you do, who you are, and how you do it. Those type of people are toxic. You need to mind toxic traits. If you see them, if somebody shows you who they are, tells you who they are, believe them. But to have friends, you first must be friendly. So let's talk about you being friendly and making yourself friendly and giving to somebody else outside of yourself. You know, it's no greater love than for a man to lay down his life for his friend. And a friend is someone who loves at all times. You know what I'm saying? A brother's born for a day of adversity. And be mindful of the people you're hanging around with. Do inventory. The 5 people that you have around you, that's your crowd. And understand, if those 5 people aren't into everything that you're into, I'm not saying they ain't got to be into everything that you're into, but if they don't support you, if they ain't clapping when you celebrate, if they not celebrating when you celebrate, you know what I'm saying? If they not sad when you sad, or trying to pull you out of that depression when you sad, you need to change your friends, man. You need to change your friends, because life is not something that you should survive. Life is something that you should live. And living life is part of living life is having the right people around you. That's Mod's moment, man. I just want to give it to you. Make sure that you do inventory. Do inventory of your friend group and get rid of all the toxicity and the toxic people. You don't need to be there. You need to have peace in your life, because listen, life is stressful enough. Life be lifing. Listen, we thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We are getting ready to get out of here. You guys, y'all have anything else, man? Talk to me. Fine.
Fine.
Dang, I got myself my first fine. That's all right. I can't even find the sign. There it go. Fine. Nah, man. Appreciate it. Great show. Great 2-part show. Make sure you guys check us out on Fans First Sports Network.
Yeah, Tate.
Nah, thanks, Ma, for that message. That was good message to hear. Now I know I probably got to stop messing with you and Big G. But I'm just joking, man. But I wasn't joking about chat fam. I never will leave y'all hanging again out here by yourself. And yeah, shout out to the KnoitAllZ crew, man. Be sure to check us all out on the Fans First Sports Network. You got the little fellow Ma who's gonna beat Rich Eisen in the 40 after a month worth of training. Here on the KnoitAllZ podcast, the Longhorn and Sons, the Dallas Cowboys, DC Pharrell. You got myself and Big G on SCN, Pump Your Brakes, the Homies Overtime, the Cleveland Cavaliers, That's Rather Cavalier podcast, Big G on the Level Up podcast. You got B Dirt, the homie, the Running Through the Jungle channel, the Bengals podcast and the Homies podcast with us on Friday nights. Pay, the Chicago Bulletin Board, Chicago Bulls podcast, the Bear Claw podcast, Chicago Bears, and on the Homies with us. And the little fella, Relly Hall, strictly a basketball guy. He guessed with us on last week. And you saw he don't know nothing but about basketball. So the little homie Relly, man, on the Cleveland That's Rather Cavalier podcast, man. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man, definitely. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us for real, man. It was a really good show. They said that leave Big G in the Matrix forever. Wow.
I went over there killing them boys in the live chat. I told Claude that he's in an all-black trench coat and black glasses in 90-degree weather walking around trying to find his entry point, and told Tim Lyons that he's sitting back at the switchboard talking about, operator, how can I help you? So both of them stay in the Matrix.
Oh, my God. Listen, we appreciate you. We're out of here. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.